92 cubic inches of 50-degree V-twin, which I think they kind of stole from Vincent, but you know, hey, it's a V-twin. There's only so much you can do with an engine, and there's no push rods. It's got overhead cams, so they, you know, 4 valves per cylinder. Vincent never did no shit like that, so they ain't really stole it. And this was the supposed limited edition, black and blue. I've got that other cover, but it's just not on there because I had charging system problems. It boiled the battery, so now I got a shit battery in there, so I can boil the hell out of this one. I got a new regulator rectifier. I got a whole ignition system coming for it. And most of these bikes never made it to 10,000 miles without 3rd gear or 4th gear going out. And from what I've been reading, there's a recall to where you can get a cush drive kit for the back. And this bike's no exception. It's had that problem. This is it. The first time 3rd gear went out. The second time, that was around, let's see, 6,000. About 8,000 miles was the second time, and now it's just now showing 12,000. And 4th gear is out. So I don't know if they just kept replacing 3rd and never touched 4th or 5th, but 5th is kind of clunky. And as soon as I can find one, Victory's no help. I guess anything past 10 years old, Polaris doesn't make parts for them. But as soon as I can find a complete, intact, brand new transmission, I'm just going to go over to a buddy of mine's machine shop and cut my own damn gears out of some titanium alloy and not have to worry about them breaking again. And typical Victory, Polaris has never ever been good with chrome. Again, this one's no exception. Not as bad as a Harley of about the same year though. A Harley, about a 99 Harley, if it had been sitting outside like this one has, pretty much you're guaranteed you could peel that chrome off with a pressure washer. And my solution to 4th gear on this one being bad is, fuck it. I already pulled the covers off the engine, made sure there ain't no pieces in there to lock everything up, and I just shift past 4th. Fuck it, go straight from 3rd to 5th, call it good. I'll have a transmission here pretty quick. I've been running around. The thing is actually smoother than my Goldwing. It's not a rolling living room, it's more of like a lazy boy. And I was a little bit alarmed when I first fired it up. I mean, the exhaust is nice and quiet, but there was a bunch of noise coming from under the tank. Sounded like I had intake problems, but it turns out it's just the way they made their air box. I love the way they did their injectors on these things. I mean, everything's pretty much GM parts. You can just go to AutoZone and get what you need. And big old oil cooler on the front. I'm probably going to put either a second one or just a double tall one on there. I don't ride these things down around the speed limit. I don't accelerate like no bat out of hell either. I've had bikes all my life. I know I've got sense enough to know this thing shifts like a Mack truck. Shift it like a Mack truck, call it good. But that's my new steed for a while. And I figure I'll give Victory till about Wednesday, because I've called 100 fucking dealers. I've called Victory themselves. They sent me to some dealer out of Pennsylvania. I called them, and nobody can find me a fucking transmission. So, and I even asked, hey, is there anybody making aftermarket transmissions? And apparently, I guess either there ain't or they don't want to tell you. So, like I said, I do my best to find a brand new transmission any way I can, and I'll just cut my own gears out of titanium so it won't break again, because I put on upwards of 100,000 miles a year. I don't need some piece of shit breaking down on the side of the fucking road at 3 times for a transmission before 12,000. I mean, it might as well be a goddamn Harley. But one of them things. Do like the way it looks though. And because of the motor and the smoothness, that's the only reason I'm really willing to rebuild the transmission. Plus it's an American bike. And yeah, Victory's bought out Indian. God, I hope they don't fuck them up. No, Polaris has bought Indian for Victory or whatever, or however all that corporate bullshit works. I got the windshield for this one too. I'm not going to put the windshield on. Actually, I was thinking about making it a cafe racer. But, yeah, this is that black gold wing. I like the gray one a lot better, but I got this one up and running. And just little things. I'm going to strip the carbs off of it and put that blower on off the yellow one and have some fun with the son bitch. Yeah, there's the windshield for that Victory. Ain't bad looking, I don't know. I just don't like it. I mean, I can smoke a cigarette better behind that headlight than I can behind that damn fairing. And it goes a lot slower behind that headlight. You leave that fairing on and hell, a cigarette don't last you 2 miles. Fucking wind burn that shit up. But anyway, let's see what this old girl sounds like. Love that fuel injection. Nice and quiet. She doesn't like that race gas much, but yeah, she doesn't like pump gas either, but she runs smooth as silk. Oh yeah. Runs smooth as silk. And I do like that. I don't like their steering lock. I mean, that's back to the days of the BMW. But they got the key down on the side instead of up in the neck, which, you know, hey, big deal. I don't care. It's just one extra place. I like it. I like the way these Jap bikes do it, because you just turn the key all the way around and hell, your steering's locked. Yeah, still got other projects back there. Got the CB900 drag bike back, and this time when she comes back to life, she ain't gonna be no sleeper no more. We ain't gonna hide this shit. We're just gonna let folks know what we're doing. And we got the Magna almost done. I decided that I'm gonna rip the stock ignition out and I'm gonna put in a Dyna. If not a Dynatech, I'm going to put in an Ignitech, but I'm kind of leaning towards Dyna because I like Dynas. I've had really good luck with them. I haven't had very good luck with Ignitech, but I mean, I only use Ignitech in CX500s and stuff where you ain't got no choice. They're the only game in town for an ignition system. But this one's all the way rebuilt. I've already had it on the dyno a couple of times, set her up. I just don't like the fact that you can't play with the ignition timing in that stock box, and this bike could be a lot more efficient and give a few more horsepower across the power band. So I'm going to put a decent ignition system on it in the next couple of days. And the old Rickman, yeah, she's up and running. I need to move some of these back down to storage and bring up some that run, but I'm having too much fun working on these. And I'm riding the Victory, and I'm still riding the Gixxer, but the Gixxer pretty much only comes out if somebody's willing to put up a title nowadays. Alright, fuckers and fuckettes, holler at y'all later.